Good morning, everybody. It is day 16 of 84 of the Suffering 2.0. I have just heated up my oatmeal, took my pills, drank my protein shake already, made my coffee, got that ready. This morning I weighed in at 231 even. So last Tuesday morning I was, what was I? I was 232.4, I think. I was somewhere around there. I'd have to look. I was 230 something. So I'm down a pound from last Tuesday. So my weight's still dropping. It's only Tuesday. I'll probably drop again tomorrow. And then Thursday, Friday, I'll probably stall out. And I have another drop on Saturday normally, but Thanksgiving is this Thursday. So more than likely, I'm going to have an increase in body weight on Thursday because of the sodium and the fat from Thanksgiving dinner that I'm going to eat. I'm going to try to keep it close to what I'm doing already as it is in macros, so I don't go too far overboard. I'm going to weigh everything out, try to be exact with everything, but there's going to be a lot more fat content in the food because I don't get any fat during the day. And there's going to be a lot of fat. There's just no way around it. It's just Thanksgiving food is loaded with the fats. That's what makes it so good. But we'll see what my weight ends up doing this week. Okay, I'm going to eat my meal and I'll see you guys on my walk.
Not too bad of a morning. Not as pretty as it normally is. We're supposed to have some more weather coming back in today, so we'll see how the day goes. Okay, so like I was saying, I'm 231 today. It's Tuesday. I know that Wednesday, Thursday, I'll probably drop again. I'll get a lot closer to where I was on Sunday, which was 228, but probably around 229. I'll hit a stall for maybe Thursday, Friday. Then I'll see that drop at the end of the week on Saturday, Sunday, like I normally do. It's amazing how fast it's going by. It's already day 16. This is walk 31. And I gotta tell you, it's getting a little tough. Waking up in the mornings, I'm a little bit more tired than what I have been, which I knew it was gonna happen. And then last night for my workout, I didn't really have the same energy that I've had. And I know it's just because I'm in that deficit, my body's losing weight, especially having a 2-pound drop and then a 3-pound drop from week to week. That's 5 pounds over the course of 2 weeks. That's a lot of weight to drop. And I know it's affecting me and the way I feel, because once you start losing too much weight too fast, your body starts trying to shut you down, like slow down, you're doing too much, we're losing too fast, we're dying, we're not getting enough nutrients, slow down before we have nothing left. So it tries to make you tired. It makes you not want to move around. I just ignore it and I just keep going. But that's where the mindset of like, okay, do I need to adjust something? Should I add more carbs? Should I add more protein? Should I lower the cardio that I'm doing? Should I take an extra day off? Should I do another high carb day? Should I do something to adjust what's going on? But it's like, well, you're losing weight. You're losing it regularly. It's very steady right now. And your measurements are coming out good. You're not losing size on your arms and legs quite yet. Your waistline is going down. So everything's trending the way that you want it to go. So there's absolutely no reason to adjust anything. Sometimes doing nothing is the hardest thing, because sometimes it feels like I need to do something to fix this, but there's nothing to fix because it's working so good. My only concern is every time I start a cut, I start losing too much weight and I lose all my muscle mass and I look very stringy and very withered away, and I do not look good afterwards. I'm not wanting that to happen again this time. Not that it has, but there's still a possibility that it can. I know when you're on a deficit, you're going to lose weight from glucose and your muscles are going to start flattening out and you're going to look flat and deflated. That's a good thing. It means that your body is optimizing glucose for energy, and then it's shifting over to fat storages towards the end of the week. The beginning of the week, it's all glucose for energy, and that's where your body's pulling for basically energy. And then once you run out of glucose and you hit that stall at the end of the week, your body's transitioning over from glucose to fat for consumption. So it keeps you from losing muscle mass, or at least too much muscle mass, while you're on this process of losing weight. But at the same time, it's like, well, what if I'm losing too much weight and I'm burning muscle tissue? There's a possibility of that. But it's very difficult to put muscle on while burning fat, so you have to choose one or the other and be really consistent on it. So I'm gonna cut, so that's what I'm doing right now. I'm still just out of the 230s, so it's not like I've lost a whole lot of weight already. You know, I've moved 5 pounds in 2 weeks, which is on average 2.5 pounds a week, which still, even saying it like that honestly sounds like a lot, especially whenever I was shooting for about half a pound a week. But again, as long as the measurements are right, that's all that matters. So back to what I was saying, lost my train of thought. So once you start looking flat and deflated, like, you know you're on the right track, because eventually you're gonna start looking worse before you look better, and you're gonna look flat, deflated, you're gonna feel skinny fat, and you're gonna look terrible. All your fat's gonna look fatter than it ever has, and all your muscles are gonna look flatter and smaller than they ever have. And then it gets to this point where this is transition, and all of a sudden, the fat starts going away and the muscle fullness starts coming back. And then it's like everything's coming together, and it's like, holy crap, it's working, it's happening. But in order to get there, you have to be doing everything you're supposed to do and being consistent. But the thing is, it's like, everyone talks about consistency. That's another buzzword, right? Consistency. And consistency is important, yes. If you are doing the right thing, if you are consistently doing the right thing. If you're consistently doing too much cardio, too hard of cardio, you're consistently eating too much food, consistently eating too little food, consistently eating the wrong food, just in general doing the wrong stuff, thinking it's the right thing, and you're not getting the right results, and you're wondering why, because it's like, I've been consistent for 9 months and I still look like crap. How come everyone talks about consistency and I've been consistent, but look at the way I look? Well, it's because you've been consistently doing the wrong thing. Don't get me wrong. Being on a diet is better than not being on a diet. Working out is better than not working out. Doing cardio is better than not doing cardio. The best diet is the one you will stick to. The best training program is the one you will do. So there is no, this diet is the wrong diet. No, they all work. It's just a matter if you are following the diet correctly with the stimulus. If you are doing a low calorie diet and you're cardioing 3 hours a day, working out 2 hours a day, and you're on a very restrictive, low carb, low fat diet, yeah, you're probably gonna feel like crap and lose a lot of muscle. So you have to look at what the diet is and what the training protocol is for that diet to match the output with the input. If you're not getting enough food in, and the right kind of food, and you're pushing too much out, you're not gonna get the correct results. If you're eating too much food and you're not doing enough activities for the amount of food that you're eating, you're not gonna stimulate your body to respond the way it's supposed to respond. So, like I said, consistency is important, but that is whenever you find the thing that works best for you, and then you're consistent with that. And if you're getting results, the best thing to do is not change it. Like, I'm helping out this guy right now, and he's been dropping weight about 1.5 pounds, 2 pounds a week every single week. And he's been doing great. But then he starts like, hey, I think I need to go down on my carbs because I stalled this week. What do you mean you stalled? Well, I lost like 1.2 pounds. What do you mean you stalled? Well, I've been losing on average about 1.5 pounds, close to 2 pounds a week. And I only lost 1.2 pounds. Okay, but the goal is 1 pound a week. You're still losing over that. And even if you lost 1 pound per week, that's target. That's perfect. Well, he wants to start adjusting his calories down, but it's like, dude, why? You're still steadily losing weight. And it's being very effective the way that you're doing it. So why are you wanting to fix something that's not broken and make an adjustment way too early So when the time comes that you need to make an adjustment, you've already made it, and now the only place to go from there is down even further. And now you're gonna be hungry all the time. That's a bad place to be. That is a bad place to be. You're not hungry, you have energy, and you're losing weight. Why change anything? So anyways, yeah, it's just what was on my mind this morning, I guess. I'm gonna go ahead and turn this off. And I'll finish my walk, enjoy the rest of this morning. Looks like the sun might be peekabooing out here in a minute. All right, see y'all in a little bit. I am incredibly hungry today. Holy crap. And honestly, I kind of expected it because like I said, like you'll have days where you're hungrier than others. But what I've noticed is on days, oh, by the way, I'm doing some chicken and bell peppers. It is lunchtime, noon, so third meal of the day. Okay, so what I've noticed is on weeks that I lose a tremendous amount of weight, I hit a low, which makes me feel incredibly tired, exhausted, and worn out. And then once that overly like, man, I just feel so tired and worn out and defeated feeling passes, hunger kicks in. Like really, really bad hunger for a couple of days, every day throughout the day, just extreme hunger. And then my body kind of levels out and then my weight loss kind of returns to normal. But I can always tell whenever I have a big drop about to come because it's normally really tired and really worn out and feeling like I have zero energy and extreme hunger. And then there's a huge drop and then I level out, then my energy comes back, my hunger calms down, and then I continue to proceed forward until the next time. It's weird, but it's like I can almost predict when I have a big drop coming. But it's either before or after, right? So I just lost 3 pounds last week. So I think this fatigue and exhaustion followed by massive hunger is a result of losing 3 pounds last week. I don't think I have another big drop coming. I think I've already experienced the drop and that's the aftermath. That's either like pre or post weight loss. I either feel it before or I feel it after, and I think this time I'm feeling after. So hopefully my body levels out. And if I have another big drop, but my measurements are still the same and it's just coming off my waistline, hey, that's a big win because most of my body fat's around my waist, my upper back, my lower back, my hips, my stomach, my chest, my shoulders, my arms, my thighs, my glutes, my calves, my pelvis, my face, my ears. Yeah, back of my neck, back of my head, cheeks. Yeah, that's it. That's just a few places I think that I'm storing body fat. It only took 3 days for it to be time for this meal today. This is by far my favorite meal of the day, my chicken and yellow rice, because it is the most filling meal of the day. And I have been so hungry, it has felt like it's been 3 days since I actually got to eat a meal that was filling. And this is just how it is sometimes. And it's like, why is it called the suffering? This is why. Because some days are gonna suck a whole lot more than others. But you just have to remember, all these sucky days build up to one great end result. If you hit your goal and you don't undershoot the time or overshoot or underestimate or overestimate how fat you are. Sometimes underestimating is probably the worst thing you can do. And then you just realize how fat and gross you are at the end of the 12 weeks. Then you realize, man, I gotta do this about another 4 times before I'm not so fat and gross. Anyways, all right, kind of got lost there in my own head. We will be in the gym training our shoulders tonight, just after this. And we're in the gym, ready to clang and bang. It's shoulders tonight, not shoulders and calves, because calves are on Sunday now. So I'm gonna see what I end up doing tonight exactly as far as it goes for rest, pause, and drop set. And I'm all grayed out. Look at this, all grayed out. Seems to be the color. I'll go get against the wall and blend in. All right. Let's make this happen. I'm gonna do the 45s. I did the 25s, 30s, 35s, 40s. I'm gonna go to the 45s. This is my favorite thing, man. I'm gonna start with rest pause because that's just what I like to do. If my shoulders get a little wonky, I might just do one straight set, or maybe go to a drop set instead of a rest pause. But if my shoulders are feeling healthy tonight, I'm gonna go ahead and do rest pause. Plus, I did 45s last week, and I don't remember what I got, so. I'm gonna do a rest pause. That was feeling good. I'm gonna rest for 10 and then go again. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. All right, let's see what we can get. Okay, one more. I got my reps cut pretty much in half. Makes me wonder how long I would have had to rest to be able to replicate that first of 15. Would 2 minutes been enough? 3 minutes, 4 minutes? Like, how much rest did I need to fully recover to be able to replicate? 10 breaths is definitely not enough, but that's the point, right? That swing right there, the 2-3 swings, that's stalling, so I get more rest. Ooh. 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 God, man. Almost a 6. And that's feeling good. So I'm gonna do one drop set down to 20 and just rep these out real quick to get a deep burn, some partial reps here. Whew. And there's the volume part, right? You got the intensity through there. And that was the volume. I'm gonna do one more. Well, I guess I just like it, right? I'm a junkie. Reminds me of being a mechanic. My arms over my head, shoulders burning. I'm like, oh, let me just get this bolt out. Just a couple more threads. Okay, and that's one. So last week, I actually wrote down my numbers. I forgot. So shoulder press, I did the 45s for 13 on my first. I did 15 on this one, so I win it by 2 reps. That's great. And then I did 20 reps with the 20s. So now I'm gonna go to the 25s tonight, but I told you guys earlier today, feeling like worn out a little bit, and I feel really tired today too, because I had that big drop in weight, which is I'm assuming why I feel so worn out and gassed. So I pretty much gave everything I had on those shoulder press, and it's really kind of manifesting how tired I was after that. But I'm gonna see what I get on these. I'm not gonna get nowhere near 20, but we'll see. I want at least 8. Huh?
I'm saying 10.
10? All right. I don't know how I want to do it. I want to rotate it. All right. Yeah. That was 9. Yeah, that was 9.
First one count. Up.
Whew, those are ugly, but you know what? It's okay. Yeah, no, that was 10. The first one, I don't know, maybe I did miscount. Maybe that was 11, but I'm going to count it as 10.
First thing not counting.
Yeah, the first one counts. That's one.
Watch it back.
I'm just going to write down 10. That way next week, if I can only get 11, I don't feel bad. High volume. Nothing fancy on these, just straight set of 20, 5 sets of 20, just high volume. And last week I did it with a 15, so this week I do it with the 17s. Next week I'll go to the 20s. I'll keep going until I hit a weight that I can't get 20 straight with it. Then I'm gonna build the reps into that. But front raises and side raises are pretty much my volume. And then shoulder press and reverse cables is my intensity. So I like to get the front delt and rear delt really, really hard with intensity. And then like the middle, I like to do like the fluff and puff. This seems to work for my shoulders. This is final movement, rear delts. It's gonna be high intensity. When I say high intensity, don't misunderstand. I'm not doing sets of like 3 to 5 where it's like, oh, it's high intensity, so it has to be like super heavy weight. You have to be super hardcore with the intensity of doing an all out nosebleed type set. No, high intensity just means that you're putting a lot of effort into it. You get to a burn, you push past it, you get to the point where you don't feel like you could do any more, and you figure out a way to do more through the form of cheat reps, body English, anti-reps, rest pause, drop sets. You figure out a way to push further than what you're capable of doing. I personally don't like going below, starting out, I don't like going below 8 to 12 reps. I like to get north of 12, to be honest, on my first set, and then I like to let the fatigue bring me down to 5, and then I stop at 5. If I can't do at least 8 to 12 in the first go around, I normally go into a drop set versus a rest pause, because I just don't feel like going that heavy where you can only get that many reps. There's a lot of benefit to doing that because the risk goes up so high, the reward is really not worth the amount of risk of injury. So also, I had that little pinch in my back yesterday. It feels a lot better, but to be honest, doing these, I kind of feel it a little bit. So my right shoulder is being a little funky on me right now. So I think I got some impingement in my shoulder blade, and that's what I was feeling yesterday, because after I did barbell rows, I did not feel it anymore. Another thing too, I really wish these went to here. I wish they went about a foot higher, because doing these, it actually feels, when you could pull them like this, down, out and down, you get the rear delt a lot more aggressive than actually coming back. Coming back is good, but you can engage your traps way too much this way. If you can't target that rear delt, your traps will take over, pulling it straight out to the sides. But coming down and out, man, it's pretty much all freaking rear delt. I used to get on my knees. I used to get down on my knees to do it, so the pulleys were above my head, so I could pull like this and really get those rear delts. But the problem is, I was in a fixed position on my knees. If I lost my balance, well, it hurt the hell out of my knees, and then I can't do any cheat reps in that position. It's like, well, then maybe you should do that, because you shouldn't be doing cheat reps. Well, I like doing cheat reps because they're fun. Look right now. I like doing them. They're fun. They feel good. And it's just enjoyable to get out of the regular routine and the rhythm of just like, this is the way you have to perform the execution of the movement of the set. You have to be like a robot. No, thank you. I'll be like a fish out of the water, flapping around. Maybe a bird picked me up, maybe an eagle, and I'm flapping to get out of his little talons. Like, get out of here. Let me go. Let me swim and be free. Let me flop around like a little fish that I am. It's like a fish. It's a weird analogy. Why a fish? Because it's the only thing I can think of. How many sets? I don't know. How many reps? As many as it takes. How long the rest? Until the shoulders stop burning. That's how I like to do these. As soon as they stop burning, I like to go again, because the shoulder can recover very quickly. They can recover very fast. Ask any mechanic who works like this all day. Put your hands down for 10 seconds and you're good to go for another 2 minutes. Oh, this feels like nothing. Hence the form. Look how picture perfect this form is. Technique, perfect textbook execution here. Oh, I'm gonna do one more. And I know it's like, man, your elbows are going up and down and out and in and around. They're going anywhere but the same direction. You're right. But I feel it in my rear delt with everything I'm doing right now, and that's all that matters. It's just as long as I feel it in that rear delt. This is gonna be my last one right here, so we're gonna go. Iron cross. Like a gymnast, right? Still holding. Still holding. But we want to pump, we don't want to hold. We want to pump. We want to pump the blood. Pump the blood. Pump it up. Come on like a balloon. Swell. Swell up. Grow. Grow. Come on. I'll do some of these. Oh no, my stack's hitting. I can't. Just kidding. Dang. All right, let's do some flexing. And the worst part of the night, taking the shirt off. And it's like, why is that the worst part? Because it just feels uncomfortable taking off a clammy shirt. Okay, so I am feeling deflated. I feel like I've lost a lot of volume in my muscles. And my body's not holding on to glucose like it was. Excuse me. So let's go ahead and do this. I see a lot of guys doing it like this. I don't understand why they put the arms back like this when they do this pose. I don't understand that. All right, let's see how this looks. We're looking at the shoulders. That cap looks really good. Look how big that cap is on that shoulder right there. At least in where I'm looking, that cap looks amazing. Okay, let's see what the delts look like from the back. There's that rear lat spread. Hopefully they're capping out and they're nice and round. All right, true test here. All right, yeah. Rear delt's popping. Yeah. I just don't think this is ever going to be a good pose for me. Like, I just don't. My chest is going to have to be twice the size that it is. My waist needs to be probably, I don't even know, half, maybe 1/3 smaller. If my waistline was like 1/3 smaller than it is now, my chest was twice the size it is now, then maybe. So front delt, right? That's the front delt. I can flex it like this and do the front delt. And then there's the rear delt. Front delt, rear delt. Rear delt, front delt. Rear delt. Front delt. Rear delt. Front delt. My stomach is definitely coming down. That's for sure. Man, I look terrible in a lot of these poses. Oh, last one. Okay. So the reason I stand so far over this way too is I'm trying to see myself in the mirror, and I guess I'm kind of hiding behind that tank. I guess I need to move over about right here. So I'm not hiding behind that tank, but then I can't see myself in the mirror because of there's a pole in front of me. So I'm trying to see, which I guess I need to be familiar with posing without having to look in a mirror. Especially if the day comes that I step on stage, I'm gonna have to know how to hold the poses. All right, well, I gotta do cardio now. So that's gonna be it for looking at myself tonight. I feel like I had a good workout for being tired. I feel like I put enough energy and effort into it. So hopefully, if nothing else, I don't wither away. I am getting to that point where I'm starting to flatten out in the program, where I'm not eating enough compared to how much my body's consuming. So everything will start getting flatter, but that's perfect because that means my body fat's gonna be going down. And as long as my body fat's going down, I'm on the right direction, because the whole point is getting the abs to make everything look more complete during the posing. Let me go do my cardio and I'll talk to you guys a little bit more. So look, check this out. Look how pretty that sunset is. Look at the orange, right? That is beautiful, but not as orange as me. Who wears it better? Who wears it better? I mean, I'm gonna put my 2 cents into this, but I think I wear it better. We're gonna turn around here because there's a door-to-door salesman down there going from house to house, and we really don't want to be caught up with him because I kind of stick out like a sore thumb right now. Have y'all heard that song, Something in the Orange? If not, y'all should check it out. Then y'all understand how awesome my vest is with the orange in the sky. But I'm just gonna walk this way because I think this is more orange to orange, right? Yeah, there we go. That's a really pretty sunset. Okay, but all seriousness, I have stayed positive through a tough day of feeling tired and hungry, and you have to actually look at the bright side of things, like my vest. I know, you're like, what are you talking about? That's the point, right? You just have to laugh sometimes. When you're feeling tired or defeated or hungry or worn out, it's easy to let negativity come in your mind and take over and start getting discouraged. Like, I don't want to even diet no more. I don't want to work out. I'm hungry. What's the point of this? There's no point of this. I'm just screw it, whatever. I'm over it. And then you break. And then you're like, why did I do that? Why did I eat that? I didn't need to eat that. Why did I do that? Oh my God. And then you're going to feel 10 times worse about yourself than if you just stayed on your diet. So finding a way to distract yourself and laugh and cut up and have a good time is a good way to stay positive, which helps reinforce your positive view and outlook on what you're doing and why you're doing it. Mentally being happy can carry over to staying successful on your diet. I know it's like you don't have to be a happy individual to do this. You're correct. Look at the orange. Again, come on, right? Come on. How's that song go about sunshine? I am your sunshine.
My only
Sunshine. Be happy when skies are gray. See, right? You got to be your own sunshine. So put an orange vest on and laugh about it and go walk around and have people look at you funny. Because again, you don't have to be a happy individual to do this type of stuff. No one said you had to be. It's very hard to be happy when you're on a diet because you're hungry, and being hungry is miserable, and that's normally when people become nasty. But like I said, finding things that make you happy and bring joy to you to distract you from being hungry will keep you on your path better than just wallowing in self-misery and being bitter. And then it comes down to cutting all the negativity out of your life. There's things that make you unhappy, things that make you mad or angry. Cut them out of your life. If it's people that are doing this to you, cut them out of your life. Get rid of every negative thing that happens to you that you can possibly control to get it out of your life so you don't have that negativity. We only have so much willpower as humans a day to deal with all the constant BS and adulting and bills and life and traffic and everything. And if there's someone in your life that's causing you anguish and distress and anger, get rid of them. for the time being, because they're not going to help you. They're only going to hurt you. Whenever it comes to your mental state of staying positive, especially if you have people that are like, why are you doing this? What's the point? You can eat something. You can don't always have to stick to your diet. You don't always, that's negativity, man. They just want to see you fail. If they supported you, it'd be like, nah, you got this, man. Don't break on your diet. Don't give up. Yeah, it's hard and it sucks and you might feel hungry right now, but man, think about how much better you're going to feel in the morning when you wake up knowing you stuck to your diet. You want those kind of people in your life. And if you don't have those people in your life, then you need to maybe avoid all the negative and just look for the positive. Be your own sunshine. That's the tidbit of the day. Be your own sunshine. Okay, I'm gonna go ahead and go. For being hungry and tired, I am in a fantastic mood. I feel wonderful. I feel like talking right now. When I'm happy, I like to talk. And I just talk and talk and talk. Sometimes I'll go outside and stand in the street light just so I have my shadow to talk to. I'm like, hey buddy, how are you doing today? Oh no, feeling a little dark today. I got you, man. Let me step aside. Look at that, there's the light. All right, I know. I'm gonna let y'all go now. I'll talk to you later.